They like in that situation as Ricky Ray puts it up, but Tommy Campbell is up to the challenge.
Throwing down again. Stamps bring four. Look out. Ricky Ray's going down. Brian Hall, former Argo and Cat, has his first sack of the season. Almost untouched. Unloaded on Ricky Ray.
Well, Brian Hall, such a great depth guy to add into that D-line rotation. Veteran guy, has been a productive starter at his previous CFL stops.
Hairelahu, spiraling kick back to Roy Finch. Takes a look, a little head shake again, and Roy Finch with another nice return. The punt return leader in the CFL up near the 47-yard line. A 23-yard return on a 57-yard kick. Speaking of record setters, quite a pace again for Bo Levi Mitchell. 10 years younger than Ricky Ray, but just as cool. 6 minutes to go, opening quarter. Dave Dickinson's team responds 7-7. Argos and Stamps. Let's go to the sideline. Here's Matthew Shinetti.
You talk about responding, Rod. Well, Dave Dickinson wanted to see response from his team, and he wouldn't really know it, given that they had a 59-point win last week against the Hamilton Tire Cats. But you talk to Shaq Richardson, and he talks about the fraternity inside the Calgary Stampeders locker room, that it's not about an individual, it's about the collective, and how that's really bleeding into meetings and obviously on practice. It's something that they say we understand, and in a game like this, we know we can go ahead and focus. But that doesn't necessarily mean the individual can't have an effect on the game. Watch Shaq Richardson and Tommy Campbell against S.J. Green. This might be about the team, but those two individuals have been jawing with S.J. Green, and they've got a matchup in their sights, guys.
Yeah, it started early. Thanks, Matt. First and 10, Bo Levi Mitchell, second series with the football. Slinging it out for Marquay McDaniel. First catch tonight, first catch in 2 weeks, and might see a little more Marquay McDaniel, particularly as a possession guy. He was the second down guy. Kamar Jordan kind of took that role over this season.
Yeah, Kamar Jordan had been the most targeted Calgary Stampeder receiver so far in 2017. Went down with a lower body injury last week. But as demonstrated, this is a team that has the depth to withstand that as the rest of the receiving corps steps up. A little more action for Mark and Michelle, who made the most of it last week, putting up a $180 through the air.
Two M&M boys. There's Jermaine Gabriel, free safety. This game features kind of an oddity. Two Canadian free safeties against each other in this game, and Jermaine Gabriel and Tunda Adeleke. Kind of working on his shoulder a little bit here. There is Quadarius Ford, the guy who operates and orchestrates the defense, former Saskatchewan Roughrider head coach, Corey Chamberlain.
Yeah, Corey Chamberlain has very quickly earned the respect and admiration of his defensive players here in Toronto. Great approach guy who demands a lot, but the players really feel he's done a terrific job of putting his guys in the best possible positions to succeed here.
So Matt Webster, former Queens grad, is now the free safety. Messam on 2nd and 1. Carries about 4 Argos with him. Great feature in the pregame show, talking about Jerome Messam and how that unstoppable force is so difficult to bring down.
Well, he gets going downhill. And he is so unique. Deceptive speed. I'm not going to call him a blazer, but the guy who plays sometimes close to 260 pounds, he shouldn't move like that.
Lamar Durant dropped perfectly in, and he wanted to lateral that back. He was thinking of giving it back to Marquay McDaniel. Lamar Durant is nicked up, it looks like, holding that knee as Bo Levi Mitchell had him isolated and threw a perfect strike.
Well, Durant may have been tangled up awkwardly there as he was fighting for extra yards. Third-year receiver out of Simon Fraser. Lined up out wide here. Zone coverage, you see the corner, Kadarius Ford drops way off, leaving plenty of room for Bo Levi Mitchell to lay that one in.
Ford draws in this week with Johnny Sears out of the lineup. Johnny Sears is injured. There was some talk, speculation this week he might be out after failing to make a tackle, a touch tackle against Saskatchewan, but Mark Trestman says that's not the case. In fact, Johnny Sears is one of his hardest working players. Just nicked up this week. Try to get a report on Lamar Durant. 1st and 10. Cluster formation. Pitch here to Finch out of the backfield. Troy Davis in his second CFL start. Got him by the ankle tops.
Yeah, Davis, guy the Argos are counting on to help fill the void left by the injury to Victor Butler, who'd been so terrific out of the gate. Has to fight hard across the face. The receiver, Markway McDaniel, looking for the crack block, meaning he's trying to pin that defensive end inside, give Roy Finch the edge. But Davis did a nice job fighting outside.
Here comes the blitz. There goes the ball. Markway McDaniel ducks, has a first down and down the sideline. And what a play by the vet, Markway McDaniel. Cassius Vaughn bit.
This is just a veteran guy knowing the tendency of defenders in this situation. You're throwing out to the flat. Defenders are going to defend inside out, which means on an outside route like that, they're flying full speed, trying to catch up, trying to close ground here, which creates this exact situation that they're going to overrun you. They're not going to be able to redirect in time. Well played by McDaniel.
1st and goal. Bo is sacked. First sack by the Argos tonight, really a touch sack. Darryl Wadd was in there. Sean Lemon. See who they give credit.
Yeah, I think Dylan Wynn was the first man in.
Looked like Bo may have slipped a little bit as well.
Coming from the right side of your screen, had a nice rip move on the guard, Erdos. Get into the backfield and make the play. Wynn getting an opportunity after an early season injury to Ken Bishop.
2nd down and goal now after the loss and the first sack by the Argos. Bo over the top to Messam. And Messam is down near the 10-yard line and sandwiched there.
Well, and you see the continuing trend, and this has been the key for Jerome Messam throughout his career. Very rarely is the first tackler going to bring him down. You know, we've talked a little bit about him being the leading rusher in the league. One of the stats that has stood out to me in the early part of the season, of course, coming from our good buddy Derek Taylor, talked about Jerome Messam being hit behind the line of scrimmage more than any other running back in the league, yet here he is leading the league in rushing. And now the last couple weeks, it seems the offensive line has really gotten going. Fewer of those hits coming early in his runs, and you see the effect that's had on his production.
There have been tackling dummies around the league that have been hit less than Jerome Messam. Rene Paredes gives the Stamps the lead with a minute 49 to go in the first quarter. The CFL on TSN is brought to you by the Nissan Titan, official vehicle of the Canadian Football League. Turned out to be a nice night here. Lights are on now. Sun is setting at BMO Field. The Argos got on the board first, but the Calgary Stampeders coming off a 59-point slaughter of the Hamilton Tiger Cats last week. Continuing to roll up some offense here tonight.
Well, they sure are. And one of the things you want to be aware of when you're Toronto operating offensively is you need to be very aware of ball control, ball possession. One of the things for Calgary, and the key to it, of course, is Messam, 250-plus pounds, and the way that he can wear down a defense, but you don't want to let Mitchell in that offense on the field, dominating the time of possession, wearing down your defense early in the ball game. So there's a need here for the Argos, even early on, to put together sustained drives so they don't put their defense at a disadvantage.
Well, this game so far has lived up to the offensive trends that both teams have accumulated so far this season. They throw up big yardage. Calgary 420 yards per game. The Argos 402, and we've seen it already here tonight. We'll see if it will continue. Martese Jackson, high stepping, penalty flag thrown back at the 42-yard line, just past the 30-yard line on the return.
On the return, holding number 41, Toronto. 10-yard penalty, first down.
So a longer field, that return negated.
Now Nakas Onyeka, the rookie out of Wilfrid Laurier. The man flagged on the play. Been one of the special teams leaders for the Argos here early in his rookie year.
Argos really pinned back here. They'll start the 13-yard line. There's Alex Singleton. His mom, born in Toronto. Guy who was able to get Canadian citizenship. Operates as a national. He's become a future star in this game. There's Anthony Coombs enjoying a breakout season. His first touch of the night. It's a first down.
25 catches in his last 3 outings for Anthony Coombs as his role broadens. Couple injuries, of course, in the receiving core. Armonte Edwards is out this week after getting dinged in Regina. Devere Posey has been out for a couple of weeks, but Coombs, the 4th-year man, takes on a larger role.
See more of him tonight. We'll see him right now. Coombs stalking the backfield now. Micah Johnson brings him down. In conversation yesterday with Anthony Coombs, it was interesting to hear how he got a lot of advice. As you can see how he has been trending this year. A lot of advice back at the Grey Cup in his hometown in Winnipeg when he bumped into S.J. Green.
Yeah, that was the first time he met S.J. Green. Kind of talked about things coming full circle as they're now teammates. You see the way his production has been boosted.
Ray into traffic. Little bump with the catch by Khalil Payton, the former Ottawa Red Black, getting back in the lineup this week.
Yeah, a guy who first broke into the Canadian Football League with these very Calgary Stampeders. Team that's always had some depth in their linebacker spots. Payton coming from deep in that backfield, using his waggle well. Great concentration on the ball as Jamar Wall was right there on the play.
Barring penalty, should be the final play of this opening quarter. Loads of offense here so far. Look out, Ricky Ray has to step up, slinging it out. James Wilder Jr. There is a penalty in the backfield. Looks like it's going against the Argos. Ricky Ray given a little extra protection.
Number 19. It's a 10-yard penalty. Remains first down. One more play remaining.
S.J. Green with the hold.
Well, S.J. Green is called into the protection scheme. He's blocking on the backside. You're going to see Joe Burnett, number 24, the linebacker, off the edge. A challenge for S.J. Green. It's difficult, particularly for guys that don't pass protect that often, to be aware of where the launch point is, making sure you've got the right body position. He was a little off there, and Joe Burnett took advantage.
Argos already 4 penalties for 56 yards. There goes Wilder. Up to the initial line of scrimmage on 1st and 20. That is the final play. Pretty entertaining first quarter so far here tonight. East meets West again. Near the lakeshore, BMO Field. 10-7 Stampeders as Thursday night football continues. records coming in, but same numbers after one quarter, essentially. 3 points separating the Stamps and the Argos. Statistically, almost a wash right now, the difference, that turnover and the points off turnovers. We were chatting about Anthony Coombs and how opportunity has presented itself. Really, the arrival of Anthony Coombs, the former Manitoba Bison. And S.J. Green was talking yesterday about how never take a route off because it's a two-down league, and how there's a sense of urgency on every play.
Yeah, the value. You've got to earn the trust of your quarterback, because every throw, every target is so valuable when essentially you've only got 2 offensive plays to stay on the field and keep yourself on that field. But Anthony Coombs, you have to admire his development. This is a guy who was a running back in university. He wasn't a receiver, but he was chosen 3rd overall in 2014, considered the best skill player in that draft class.
Ray has to pull it back. Still on his feet, throws, and somehow he finds his release valve.
I think by the time he finally threw that football, I think even Ricky Ray was surprised that he was still standing. There's not a lot of movement from the spot that he's on as he somehow manages to avoid 2 would-be tacklers. Couple of spins to produce a 360, all standing on the same spot to dodge Charleston Hughes and Micah Johnson before finding S.J. Green for the first down.
Both of these teams 1 and 2 in pressures and sacks in the CFL. There's Wilder, who gets some touches as well, and little extracurricular activity afterwards on the far side. William Campbell was into it. So it'll be 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and long situation created here by the Stamps run defense, led by that guy Alex Singleton.
Well, it's been S.J. Green time on 2nd down. Let's see what Ricky Ray conjures up here. Moves the pocket. Finds Coombs, Anthony Coombs, and Alex Singleton, Stampeder tackle leader, bringing him down. Chatted with Alex last week about his number 49. He said, hey, they just gave it to him, but I said, do you know that the border, the 49 parallel, separates the United States and Canada? He is a hybrid. He says he likes it.
You're seeing Charleston Hughes come on that loop all the way to the inside. Great help on the blitz pickup by the running back, James Wilder, to find them. They're going to need that. They're going to keep Charleston Hughes off that stats sheet tonight.
They will be short, and Hiralahu will try to angle this. Wind really swirling here tonight. This looks like a good kick. But look at Roy Finch. Another head shake. Another head shake. And Roy Finch is not going to be caught. He has done it again.
That's how we play.
Spectacular return from Roy Finch. A horse running wild.
I've said it before, and I can't emphasize it enough. What makes Roy Finch so successful as a returner is that he doesn't spend a lot of time dancing. He's buried coffin corner here. Look how quickly he gets north-south. There's one move, but as soon as he sees an opportunity to turn up, he takes it. He could have tried to outrun Troy Davis to the sideline, but why do that? I can threaten him outside, turn north-south. The guy's always going to try to fight for contain, take the inside lane, get it going up the field.
Hey, boy! Hey,
103 yards of pure beauty from Roy Finch. 2nd straight week. He does it. He did it in the 2nd quarter and changed the game against Hamilton last week. This week against Toronto. You cannot catch a ghost. The speed demon strikes again. 25-year-old Roy Finch, the former Oklahoma Sooner. Another punt return touchdown, back-to-back weeks.
I love all my family in North Carolina, all my family in Maryland. Man, we do this for God, man. Without God, none of this is possible, man.
2nd longest punt return for touchdown in CFL in Calgary history. Behind Jesse Branch back in 1964. 105 yards. the Argos trying to answer that. Cam McDaniel, nice return, but nothing like this. Roy Finch did this late first quarter a week ago. Watch the head.
Yeah, absolutely. Terrific job. Just with the quick jukes and then puts a foot in the ground and turns it north-south. Every time. That was last week against Hamilton. And here, looking for a seam, threaten, contain. As soon as he gets to Davis to bite outside, turns it up.
So Finch was the igniter a week ago. Made the score 9-0 early on. And after that, the Stamps really took off. Right now, it's up to the Argos on their home turf to answer this. Get some momentum back. Can they? Will they? Out of the backfield's Brandon Whitaker. By the way, the Stampeders scored 4 different ways last week. Virtually every way you can score on a football field, and Roy Finch with the punt return. All they missed was the kickoff return.
A remarkable performance for the Stampeders, and yeah, it's one of those perfect storms where you have one team playing well, another team just having one of those days. Nobody in this league is 59 points better than anybody else, but sometimes that's just the way it goes.
Isn't this guy tired yet? Walker brings him down. So Roy Finch, who fumbled the first time he touched the ball tonight, has certainly made up for it. What do you think, partner?
It's the Brick's famous Sleep on a Sealy sale. Get 60% off this exclusive ultra-luxury Sealy Posturepedic featuring Provac Zone pocket coils and gel memory foam, which helps cool while sleeping. Right now, it's only $8.79. Plus, get 58% off this Sealy Posturepedic pocket coil set. It's just $6.71. Or this Sealy Posturepedic Euro Top with over 900 pocket coils, 55% off, only $7.99. Now's the time to sleep on a Sealy. Only at the Brick, saving you more.
This is our summer vacation. This is our day at the beach. This is how we cool off. And this is the new 2018 Acura TLX. This is Acura's summer of performance.
Lease the TLX from $478 monthly at 1.9%, plus receive a $1,500 credit towards the lease or finance of any new 2018 TLX model.
TSN Fantasy Golf, presented by Freedom 55 Financial, is back. Go to tsn.ca/fantasygolf and register. Build a team of 6 players for each major. Finish with the lowest score, and you could win a Cobra Puma shopping spree at Golf Town, or the $10,000 grand prize just for playing. TSN Fantasy Golf, presented by Freedom 55 Financial. Freedom for life.
Well, a night to honor our great heroes. Appreciation night. Many of the members of the armed forces here tonight, and with more on that and the upcoming Invictus Games, let's go down to Matthew Shinetti.
Absolutely, Rod. I'm beside retired Corporal Phil Badani. Corporal, thank you for your service, first of all. After everything that men and women in the service have sacrificed, how important is an event like the Invictus Games?
Well, it just goes to the soldiers, especially if you get wounded and injured. It's a feeling of being left out, left behind, because you did your time, you got injured, and sometimes you get, when you get released, because you're medically released, you felt left behind, and some people get, they go in their basements.